and you're 43, and I've accomplished a lot of, you're out there with some Twitter kids, and you're nobody again. Being nobody, there's a lot of power being nobody. There's a lot of power from going to scratch again and going back out there picking up a Pulaski and just digging fire behind you. All the time, digging a fire. And no one, there's no text message, there's no, can you sign my book? I'm going to get your ass up there. And if you're worried about something that someone did to you years ago, you're being addicted to yourself, man. You're not getting out there and squeezing the devil and soul out every day. If you try hard, I got time about you, monkey ass. I got time about you, man. Because tomorrow, I got to go back to the grind. It just became just a process of grinding and grinding and grinding like I could work for it. And then just going further and further. And then when I got to running, I go to the bike, I go to the pool. If I got tired somewhere, my legs are tired, I go to the gym and I developed this crazy workout where I was doing volume, like 200-300 reps of like very lightweight. People, I said, how come I have to like use skin? My workout routine in the gym became sick. If you were born that guy, that mentally strong guy, he can't be made. Woman, man, whatever you know. It can't be made. But in making that person, you have to turn down things. You have to be who you are every day of your life. You never care about anybody who gets in your way and said you're not doing something. But I was always afraid of people not wanting to like when you get beat as bad as I did, I lied all the time. I wanted to be accepted and loved and all that shit that I created about 50 people. Whatever you like, I like it. Just if you be my friend, just be my friend. And that's where we get lost in life. And it got me in trouble. All my life, I wanted to be accepted. Growing up, I lied. I did not do it. If you like people to see it, I did it. I love it. I love it, man. So good watch that. Be my friend. Be my friend. And can we catch? I found out through this path of life with David Goggins. Who am I to go wrong? I did it alone. You want to control me with the wall and magic that trees my brain. I'm going to help me get down my paper. What like this? You know, I'm a man that's fucking off. Lost that way before. I suffered on my own. It developed this man and said, that's who I am, man. I've been a lot of training. And I see a lot of great men, strong men quit. And then after them, go how they train. And they say, I swam, I ran, all these things. And one thing they were talking about was the mental aspect of it. So if you're a person who's physically trained in a really tough situation, if things happen real bad, what that means is, you know, if you put a guy in cold water, and he's physically trained, and he's not mentally trained about all his insecurities about everything else he hasn't dealt with. He's going to make a lot of excuses on why he needs to quit something. He's going to wonder why. Man, I trained so hard. I physically trained so hard. But that mental aspect of everything is the most important thing. So set your goals and everything, and not making sure you set your mind right and handle your insecurities. Like spotlight, it's the habit of in every situation that's in front of you. A lot of people hate that in essence. That's to continue pushing, continue finding your sin, continue finding your best self. If you don't like that message, this is not the place to be. About people trying to find the best they have, not making excuses. Everything in our options. So being explained to people because it sounds so freaking easy. That guy's watching this way at night. They do 3 hours, I went to my school, to the perspective, whatever it is. It's brutal. It's a little journey every freaking day. Everyone's like, are you happy? If anybody knows my life story, I'm trying to give you just a snippet of it. When I'm at days in front of Joe Rogan, telling you my life, to get through where I became, to get through where I'm at now, There's nothing but pride I have in myself that I can't really show people. So I have this face that they see that are you happy? What's wrong with you? I'm driven. I'm obsessed. And that's what you see. One thing about life, and it's very unpredictable. One thing's for damn sure, people are very predictable. So what that means is you can prepare for the assholes of this world. So, I'm going to teach you right now, anti-bullying, we're trying to change anti-racist. Change. Badly. On the long term, that might work out. On Enuh, that thing gonna flop. So for you to continue to complain, it's your unheard. For people not liking the way you look, the way you sound, the way you dress, whoever you may be, you need to change on how you look at those people, what they say to you. You have to armor your mind. So prepare yourself for what's out here in life. Build confidence, build self-esteem, so people talk to you. It doesn't get mad. But if you live this on a daily basis, you know how to calm your mind down. To self-talk well, positive well, but usually we react. We have pain, we have suffering, we react about get the out of here. We gotta go. It's those people who are able to control that feeling of in flight and say, no, there's a way through this. It's not gonna be here forever. I'm not cold right now. Look at 3 of them. I'm not cold now. I'm in a nice little studio with you. You gotta think about this. This is gonna end. It's gonna end. I don't know that. I don't think that at that time this will last forever. And then you can sit back on Friday, I got walking and talking to, back up and find, 16, 17 guys that graduated a week. You get a chance to watch these guys victorious. And then you get a chance to think about that. You take that little shot, then it comes your mind, exactly. So what keeps me going? I think several things. I know what's on the back end of quit. There's a lot of time thinking about life. Did I do that? I think pushing yourself physically is the number one factor of life. That is the true spot where you can really dive deep into it. It's about self-discipline. It is about self-discipline. We tend to do the things that are easy. And that is, it builds no mental toughness, it builds no mental hardening, it builds nothing. When you working out is where you can build that the fastest. Because it's a constant, it gives you instant feedback. You may not lose the weight you want to real fast, but the discipline it takes, it transfers over to all aspects of your life. It's not people, man, why do you know what's working out? Stop looking at it that way. This is the foundation of life. Pulling you through this, the better you are. And that's just my mentality. You may have more work, but you never get around. You want to be uncommon amongst uncommon people. Period. I said my graduates still training, they start the process through that. Been there, never 200 pounds really fast. So I did go out and run 4 miles. Next day, as fast as I can, circles. I got to quarter long term. I realized that all those insecurities came back. I autopsy on myself to figure out what was causing these insecurities. Constantly come back, constantly in my head, constantly dominating my every thought. Every time something got bad, every time something got hard, these things always come back and haunt me. I figured out and overcome it. I became obsessed with being the baddest motherfucker that God ever created. Am I not? I don't care. I believe it. And I was trying to tell him, once you become obsessed with something, obsessed, it's okay to be unbalanced for a while. It's okay. Don't be, all this stuff people say, you gotta be balanced. To be the best in the world at what you do. You want to be the Navy SEAL people? The best at what you do, you have to be unbalanced to find every bit of energy and strength that you have to pull it off. Then you get balanced once you become great. And then you help other people become better by you being the best in the world. See, match. 12 rounds, going at it, heavyweight champion. This guy's getting his ass kicked for 11 rounds. For 11 rounds, he continues to get back up, and get back up, and get back up. By the 12th round, the guy who's been beating the guy's ass, you can start to see a certain look on his face. His soul is leaving. If you can spot that look when you get your ass beat, you win the fight. And I look at it as psychological warfare. And that's where I started learning that life is one big psychological warfare that you kill yourself. You kill yourself, man. The most important conversation I ever had is between myself. And then I was telling myself, it was so misguided. Other people to write that down before you also. And it started to be what you say to yourself every single day. And I started creating a whole other warfare, a whole other battle. Started coming. I was like, oh, I said, guys, you have these tools. They have these tools. Your life was basically the perfect grounds for training for where you need to go in your life. All the beatings, all the bullying, all the, you going through learning disabilities, all the struggles. It was an absolute perfect training ground for you to go. And that's how I started looking at my life. If anybody out there knows who I am, I totally disagree with all of that crap. I think it's crap. That's exactly how the people of the world become weaker people. It's like capping your brain. It's like putting this kind of garbage in it about not attacking what you're not good at. It's about putting a cap on managing your expectations. If I live that way, if I have any kind of thought process like managing expectations, I would be a 400-pound man by now, working some job that made no money, and I would never know my capabilities. I would never have become a Navy SEAL. And that's the mindset I always want to have. Like, I'm not proud of myself. But you have to always keep that, like, I want to keep that dog in me. And I can't always look at the things that are tired lives, fighting failure. It's funny, you walk around and come to me and say, man, you're that Navy SEAL, you went to Ranger School, you're Air Force TAG, you did the pull record, you run all these ultra races, all this, man. The funny thing about it that I think about is this, they know that about me. That's the part I know about myself. I told the ass man test to get in the military 3 times. In the Air Force, part of pararescue. The SEALs, 2 times in the Navy SEAL training. Failures, being the success of the dead, stays fine. I was very uncomfortable with trying to face things that I didn't want to face. And I also realized when I was really big, I had no growth. Why? Because I was living comfortable. So I realized to be a part of growth, I had to face all of these different things that made me very, very uncomfortable. One thing I faced was running. I absolutely hated running. But I knew for me to grow, I had to do this thing every single day. I wanted to start callousing my mind. I wanted to start becoming a better person. And how do you become a better person? How do you gain mental toughness? How do you become the person you want to be? Is constantly facing the things that you don't want to face. If you constantly run away from things that you don't want to face, how is there growth? How is there mental toughness? I can give you a class all day long about self-talk, visualization, eat an elephant one bite at a time. But if you never put yourself in a situation to actually practice these things, ask me all the time, I want this person to trust me. I used to get bitters about lies I told, about family issues, marriages I was in, things I cheated on, things I quit. I wasn't very small that shit. So a lot of people have things on me, and they had power over me. They could use this whenever they wanted to. And I didn't like how that felt. So when I get to a spot in my life where I can put a billboard in the town I lived in with every fucking thing I did wrong. And then people drive by and see it. And I'm finally at that point. So to get to that point, you gotta take that power back from people. My person to you is this. You gotta situation to actually practice these things. People ask me all the time, they say, well, what know is this person? Trust me. I used to be embarrassed about lies I told, the family issues, marriages I was in, things I cheated on, things I quit. I was embarrassed for all that shit. So I had a lot of people had things on me, and they had power over me. They could use this whenever they wanted to. And I didn't like how that felt. So when I get to a spot in my life, where I could billboard up in the town I lived in, with every thing I did wrong. And then we would drive by and see it. And I finally had that. But so get to that point, you gotta take that power back from people. But our person you resist, or you had a point in your life, you can put a billboard up in your town. Yeah, let's drive by that. Stay hard. You're a doctor, lawyer, teacher, medic, all kind of different professions in life. You have to recertify every year. And then every couple of years. Once every job in the world has to be certified, there's different kind of tools and knowledge that comes out. Everything is constantly evolving. And human beings are very evolving. So you can also certify or recertify for savage. So I had a hard life growing up. My life is good now. Don't need to do this. It's time to recertify the savage. Today is your opportunity to be a leader. You must look at yourself as a leader. As a leader, you no longer have an option to take the easy path in life. As a leader, there is no snooze button. It can be very lonely. Through your actions, you can change the mindset of those around you. You must do what you don't want to do. You have to find your best self. And you are the least motivated. Your brain is like a muscle. You have to push it to a point of discomfort. All those days and nights you don't want to train, those are the days you must train. You must change the way you look at discomfort. All right? Self-esteem is a mother. Someone's going to always find something wrong with your ass. Trust me on that one. Today I'm running. Other people, stop it. Say stay hard. It's one cat. Drives by. Says, God, I hate you black ass. Alright? Looking for me. There's a stop button. Right on the street. Car stops, I pull up to it. Got a chance to assess the scene. Look in there. See it's a big Thanksgiving eating mother. So I grabbed myself and said, hey, ask your mama who your real daddy is. We got old opinions. Voice them. How about it? It's just become like I have thousands, hundreds of thousands of miles on this body. Running, pull-ups, push-ups, swimming, whatever you want to call it. This body's what it is now. It's from repetition. It's not from studying, hey, if you can hold your plank for this month, whatever. I don't care if you do. I just do it for my mind. Right? I want to continue to afford it because that's the only thing I want. That's what I want. I want to have that mind ready for life. I don't look at failure as failure. I look at failure as attempts at what I'm trying to accomplish. So, let's say I failed the first time. That's just my first attempt. Then I have a second attempt, a third attempt. I don't look at it as failure. Because when you start putting a title on different things, names, you start to brand certain things, failure is a big word. But if you're failing at something that's extremely difficult, to me it's not really failure. It's your first attempt. And through that first attempt, you gain so much knowledge for the second and possibly third attempts. And then you'll finally succeed. So it's how you look at failure. Be the color I am, not real dark. And got light inflicted. I didn't fit it anywhere. I got taught you're around the lights. I got taught half-breed, sold out around some blacks. My mind was in the valley. I was stuck in there. So I was moving down the mountain, looking down at the reality of my life. Reality of my life was I had a lot of friends. I didn't see that. I saw this. A lot of us, friends, no. So our minds My whole life was going to stand every day to work and to run about to non half. This rock was about to be on fire in my run. This rock was a moment that was so broken before. I to break away 297,000 of this rock. And I had decisions back in one way. Want to give up. It wasn't some expectation. It wasn't something. It wasn't nothing. It was me, myself, and it was racing out here. I had to make a decision. The system makes me get up and keep on going. That one moment changed the rest of my life. I feel the full of thirst for a long time. And that's me up to love God. The put on his head. The love effect of life continues to attack us. There are no timeouts. You can't just go like it's been. When it comes to the bicep, the whole time. You have to figure stuff on the fly. You have to be that person always prepared. But it's all too right now, all of us are dealing with. You know what I'm dealing with? It's like we have to think about all these things that we like ourselves. Like to use, like the big escape. Escape is not there anymore. These distractions that we use, they're no longer there. This is the time right now we need to stop avoiding things. Get that man paper out. Look inside yourself. Stop looking at me. The people out here to be the hero. You're true. This is time you write down all that solitude. To get to know who you are as a person. You love yourself. Write that shit down. Start crazy things in life. Like one thing in life. We are all very fragile in this world. We have to know that when we die with some need and some purpose in this world. So I got a great question today. First was, working my ass off, but I'm not seeing results. What we do is we go on social media, and that's what poisons us. We have all these fit models that we're taking these snapshots of. Snapshot is great legs, great ass. If you're a guy, big arms, big shoulders, big chest, all this bullshit. Take that little snapshot. We start working our ass off for weeks, for months. We don't see results. We get all pissed off. All results are there. What you've done is you take that little snapshot and you're not seeing the results that fitness model, that person you want to be. Half of what they have in their minds to look like that. So what you want to do? Take a little snapshot like you looked before. Where you're at now. That's what you want to do. Hurt yourself against yourself. Don't get forced up. Stay home. One day you could be wrong here. One day you get bad. Come back to that shit. Come back. That's what's all about. Yes. You thought you had it. Stop your head. Stand up. Now it's here. Took another pull-up walk, son. I've been going down for exactly 3 hours and 11 minutes. I remember last time I saw you. Did that 50K. Did that hand lifting. Work out in the gym. You remember that shit? I remember it so much because I saw you. I follow me. And even I followed the dad. You were looking for the title. You wanted that. You're looking to be a savage. I see out of Oregon that your dad has a phone. And all that comes out of is savages. You're trying to raise my friend as a savage. Remember that video? Who's been carrying the boats? You're carrying my friend. Stay hard, carry it proud, stay savage. So that's the mindset that I think is important to every day, you know? Bring your life. Do what you can. Back in the day, I played sports. There was one drill that I hated doing. And some whistle his mouth. Basically, we had to sit there and run in place. We ran up to that whistle. We blew that whistle. We hit the dirt. It bounced up again. It started running in place again. This drill went on and on and on. One thing that sucked about that drill was the coach was in total control of everything. How long the drill take people out of motivation and look for hunger. Stop thinking for them. At times they're going to have some big obstacles in front of you to keep motivated. Do it because you can make it possible, which sounds corny as shit. But the truth statement, man, like, I do this next night. 4 miles and 4 hours, 3 hours. I have to do this. You have to challenge myself, and that's how you stay out these ruts. Always be ready. You never know your next challenge is coming out of the blue. A lot of people need to have that special event that's down the road that gets them motivated to get ready for the next challenge. I'm telling you right now, every day in life presents the next challenge. Google David Goggins sit-up competition. I'm coming out of my hotel room. This guy's coming out here. I'm going to dinner with my girl. This guy challenged me to a sit-up right in the middle of the damn hotel hallway. The next 350 pound offensive lineman, I'm minding my business as Pete again, challenged me to a damn arm wrestling competition. Today, I'm minding my business doing pull-ups, sitting here doing pull-ups, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the minute. This guy wants to jump in. We get to 30 minutes. He looks at everything's almost done. To get to now, he says to me, how many can you do? I said, more than you. Always. They really like me. I'm tired. I'm feeling like I didn't learn that till later on. I'm beautiful. Can't care what anybody thinks about you. And not care what people thought about me. You think I've been yelling out here? Doing 105-pound work? Target. This is who I am. Find out who you are. Whatever that may be. I'll give you what you are. Find out who you are. And I'll back on you. Tell people to themselves. Don't ever worry about anybody. And then once you do that, I guarantee you your life will be in shambles. You will become the biggest of all time. And when I say I'm talking about the defense. So back in the day, we could say words like that. People were chip out. When I talk about people, I'm talking about sack the go. Everybody. So, mentality is the only thing that gets us through life. I was an underdog. We are all underdogs in life. Even the baddest person in the world should think that way. So you should always have a never arrive mentality. And the can't hurt mentality is about really coming to the sewer or wherever you think you're from. And I got out the sewer, I got to the road and looked around and said, can't hurt me. Nothing should be able to hurt you. If you believe that, it's already become true. People are hilarious. They are so threatened, jealous, and insecure, and everywhere in between all that. When I was fat and lazy and insecure, struggling in school, struggling in life, people were giving me all this advice, trying to help me out. Well, I went on the other side of the spectrum. I lost weight. I got in shape. I started studying. I started becoming the hardest working people out there. And guess what? They still answer the same. They answer the same when I was fat. They answer the same when I lost weight. People don't want to see you better than them. That's what they come down to. You make them feel good about themselves when you're fat or lazy. And you make them feel like you. When you come from the depths of hell and decide to make it. There's enough food and pie for everybody to eat. No, they ain't enough. You have to work hard for you. The truth is so many. But they're very unfortunate. So, come here. Slave. And I guess, what they love is about me. I need you. As you're on the women and men, give their lives for our very freedom. So those of us who are living, we have an obligation to live our lives to absolute fullest. Life is one big tug of war. And you don't win that tug of war by pushing the remote level. And a lot of times you pull yourself through life. This morning, I did not want to get up. I tried to pull my ass out of the bed. But guess what? The more I got in that run, each step in that run, I'm trying to gain more confidence. But to get that confidence, you have to be willing to pull yourself out of bed, pull yourself out of the funk, pull yourself out of whatever life was throwing at you to gain that confidence. But the time the run was over, I was like, you motherfucker, I once again beat your ass. You gotta be willing to find the confidence. Stay in the fight, stay in the war, stay in the battle. Power your mind. All right. All the gods, the waters of water are good day. There's a sky God this day. We're going to go. There's a bomb. 50 degrees of water. He got a hold of the demon. The man was hard as hell. He showed true effort, true grit. He did it. Showed the real warrior. Every other day, they talk about release. But stop that hard, brother. Stay hard. You know. So today, I decided to try to peel out my long run. So the first half of the run, I'm feeling great. Mind is clear, nothing going on. Think about nothing but just my running pace. But I'm good, my breathing, everything like that. Into about 15, I turn around, and the demons start to creep in. They're never the walls creeping up on me. When you push so hard, something's about to give. And I start to get it. Mind started to break down. I started to feel my legs starting to hurt. I started feeling dehydrated. Started feeling sorry for myself. Started looking around. No one knows I'm out here running. Why should go ahead and just stop? Call your girl and pick you up. And that's not like a little. This mind has to change. You got to start thinking on the previous mother in the world. Your dehydration, lick your mother and lips. Your legs are all sore. You got shins and places, stretch your legs. No, you don't. You got sore legs. Get out of your head, stay hard. Single moms, single dads, people out here going this way, out here grinding. Forget about the human work that we put in. Work nobody's watching. Forget about all those times we didn't want to do shit. Everything was already better. We live life, making everybody work. But one person that won't be collected is yourself. So you make yourself. Stay home. For several days I went through shit. I procrastinated like a motherfucker. This one of those days, man, I put my shoes, my socks, every day. I just wanted to stare at it. Didn't want to do shit. Didn't know why I was doing it. A lot of times we forget just how badass we are. So what I do, and I've done it for so many years, I write down. I'm going to write to this book right here. This is just about a 3-year book, but I've been writing down for years what I do. So I'm going to do a page today, look at it, and I go through, looking at 18 miles, 16 miles, 17 miles, 15 miles, 16, 116-mile week, 123-mile week, 20, 18, 16, all by myself, training alone, push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, all this stuff right down here to remind me of the work I put into the craft that is myself. So we have to always remember our purpose will always be there. I have nothing in front of me right now. No race, no nothing. But the purpose is myself. Your mind has to be stronger than your feelings. On those bad days, when you think that you're alone, you just might be. Because no one else wants to do it. accomplish a lot of, you're out there with some 20-year-old kids and you're nobody again. Being nobody, there's a lot of power being nobody. There's a lot of power from going to scratch again and going back out there picking up a Pulaski and just digging a fire line. There's another guy in the line digging a fire line. And no one, there's no text message, there's no, my God, David, can you sign my book? Mama, get your ass out there and fine. If you're worried about something that someone did to you years ago, you're being to yourself, man, not getting out there and squeezing that soul out every day. Yeah, if you grind hard, I got time about your monkey ass. I got time about you, man. Because tomorrow, I got to go back to the grind. It just became just a process of grinding and grinding and grinding like I can work for it. And just going further and further. And then when I got to money, I go for Bible. If I got tired somewhere, money's retired, I go to the gym. And I developed this crazy workout where I was doing volume. Like 200-300 reps of like carry light weight. And I said, no, I'm going to skin. Look out to the gym again. If this one guy, he can't be made. Woman's made, better than feminine. It can't be made. But in making that person, you have to turn down these. You have to be on the bar every day of your life and never care about anybody who gets in your way that says you're not doing something. I was always afraid of being not what to think. When you get beat as bad as I did, I lied all the time. I wanted to be accepted and loved and all that shit. That I created about 50 people. Whatever you like, I like it. Just, if you can be my friend, just be my friend. And that's where we get lost in life. And it got me in trouble. I wanted to be accepted. Growing up, I lied, I did what I could. If you didn't like it, you could have seen it, I did it. I love it. I love it, man. Let's go fucking watch, man. Be my friend. Yes, man. I'm out there with this path of life. This day to happens. I'm in my to go. Well, I did it alone. You were the controlling the wall, the mantle. That's my complaint. No one helped me get built. Look at this. Get my lost that women club. I suffered on my own and developed this man and said, "This is who I am, man. I've been through a lot of training, and I've seen a lot of great men, strong men quit." And I asked them, how they train. And they said, I swam, I ran, and all these things. And one thing they never talk about was the mental aspect of it. So you put a person who's physically trained in a really tough situation, and things happen real bad. What that means is, if you put a guy in cold water and he's physically trained, and he's not mentally trained about all his insecurities about it and everything else he hasn't dealt with, he's going to give a lot of excuses on why he needs to quit something. He's going to wonder why. What happened? I trained so hard. I physically trained so hard. But that mental aspect of everything is the most important thing. So don't set your goals and everything without making sure you set your mind right and handle insecurities. Stop it. Every situation that's in front of you. A lot of people hate that message. I said, continue pushing. Continue. Continue. Even goblins, and I created goblins. And that journey is a priceless journey that is hard for me to explain to people because it sounds so freaking easy. The guy's lost this way in life. Went through 3 hours that went to electric school, went to multiple schools, whatever it is. It is brutal. It's a brutal journey every day. Everyone's supposed to be happy. If anybody knows my life story, I'm trying to give you just a snippet of it. That's days in front of Joe Rogan telling you my life. To get to where I became, to get to where I'm at now, the pride I have for myself that I can't really they see, like, you can't know what's wrong with you. I'm driven. I'm obsessed. And that's what you see in my life. People burn people. So what that means is you can prepare for the assholes of this world. So, I'm going to teach you right now, anti-bullying. We're trying to change anti-racist. We're trying to change you bad people. But in the long term, that might work out. But in the interim, that thing gonna fly. So for you to continue to complain, get your butt hurt, or people not liking the way you look, the way you sound, the way you dress, whatever you may be, you need to change on how you look at those people, what they say to you. You have to armor your mind. Start preparing yourself for what's out here in life. Build confidence. Build self-esteem. So people talking to you, it doesn't get matter. But if you live this on a daily basis, you know how to calm your mind down. The self-talk will help. All that stuff will help. But usually we react. We have pain, we have suffering, we react. And we react about get the out of here. We gotta go. It's those people who are able to control that feeling of in flight and say, no, there's a way through this. It's not going to be your friend. I'm not cold right now. Be real. I'm not cold now. Nice enough to do it with you. You gotta think about this. This is going to hit. It's going to hit. We don't know that. We don't think that at that time this will last forever. And then you get to sit back on Friday, everybody walking across the, back on the grind, all the 16, 17 guys that graduated a week. You get a chance to watch these guys victorious. And then you get a chance to think about that. You take that hot, warm shower. First thing comes to your mind, why the fuck did I quit? So what keeps me going? I quit several days. I know what's up with back being quit. It's a lifetime of thinking about why the fuck did I do that? I think pushing yourself physically is the number one factor of life. That is the true spot where you can really dive deep into it. It's about self-discipline. It's about self-discipline. We tend to do the things that are easy. And that is not, there's no mental toughness, there's no mental hardening. When you working out is where you can build that the fastest. Because it's the constant, it gives you instant feedback. You may not lose the weight you want to real fast, but the discipline it takes, it transfers over to all aspects of your life. It's not people, man, why are you always working out? Stop looking at it that way. This is the foundation of life. Well, you do this, well, you are. And that's just my mentality. You may have to work, but you never get around. You want to be uncommon unless uncommon. Period. Went there, averaged 100 pounds really fast. So my idea was to go out and run 4 miles the next day as fast as I can and start losing weight. I got to 4th mile and walked home. I realized that all those insecurities, when things got hard for me, those insecurities came back. I had to do a live autopsy on myself to figure out what was causing these insecurities to constantly come back, constantly boost in my head, constantly dominating my every thought. Every time something got bad, every time something got hard, these things always come back and haunt me. I figured out how to overcome it. I became obsessed with being the best life that I got to create. Am I not? I don't care. I believe it. And I was trying to tell them, what you obsessed with something? Obsessed. It's okay to be unbalanced for a while. It's okay. Don't be all this stuff people say. You gotta be balanced. To be the best in the world. And what you do. Don't be the Navy SEAL people. The best at what you do, you have to be unbalanced to find every bit of fucking energy and strength that you have to pull it off. Then you get balanced once you become great. And then you help other people become better from you being the best in the world. Taking soul steps with a very particular look. And in competition, you're looking to break that person down. And in breaking that person down, what happens to that person who's being broken down, they have an empty look in their eyes. I call it you taking their soul. You own space in their head. And owning space in their head means they're unable to perform at their best now because they're thinking about you. For instance, let's say there's a boxing match. 12 rounds, going at it, 10th-ranked champion. myself, man. The most important conversation I ever had is with myself. And I was telling myself it was so wrong, it was so wrong, it was so misguided. And other people start to write that down for you also. And it starts to be what you say to yourself every single day. And I started creating a whole nother warfare, a whole nother battle started coming. I was like, oh, hang on a second, guys. You don't have these tools. You have these tools. Your life was basically the perfect grounds for training for where you need to go in your life. All the beatings, all the bullying, all the, you going through learning disabilities, all the struggles. It was an absolute perfect training ground for you to go where you go. That's how I started looking at my life. If anybody out there knows who I am, I totally disagree with all that crap. I think it's crap. That's exactly how the people in the world become weaker people. It's like capping your brain. It's like putting this kind of garbage in it about not attacking what you're not good at. It's about putting a cap on managing your expectations. If I lived that way, if I had any kind of thought process like managing expectations, I would be a 400-pound man by now, working in some job that made no money, and I would never know my capabilities. I would never have become a Navy SEAL. And that's the mindset I always want to have. Like, I'm not proud of myself. But you have to always keep that, like, I want to keep that dog in me. And I can't always help that. Most of us live our tired lives of like failure. It's funny. I'm walking around, people come to me and they say, hey, you're that Navy SEAL boy.